Thanks for joining us for the MWG Podcast. We're starting our second season, and it's great to be back. We're going to start this season off with a little news on the next gen and the upcoming console announcements planned for this upcoming Wednesday, September 16th. Then we're going to go to our main topic this week, and that is what makes a fighting game good. We will each give our own viewpoint on what makes fighting games so much fun, and we'll close off with our own top 5 fighting games of all time. And with that said, I'm joined as always by Mossta and Westsidious.
What's poppin'?
What's good, dude? It's been like 2 weeks?
It feels
like
longer,
a
dude.
month.
It feels good to be back though.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good that we changed the day too. This is a good day. This is the best day.
Oh,
So
that's
far.
behind the
We'll
scenes.
see.
Nobody knows what day we record. We got to keep it quiet.
Oh yeah.
That Mr. X style, right?
Yeah.
Nobody knows what days we record. Like it's anonymous.
Some top level, hidden information.
The podcast gets infiltrated. How we work. Oh man. But yeah, well, it's good to be back, and I miss talking. Dude, it's fun.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
We got Mossta.
staying safe during fires.
Oh,
Yeah.
yo, I don't even know what time it is. I'll be walking out. I go to work at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I walk outside.
Still what to say?
Hey, right, I walk outside at like 5 p.m. I'm like, man, it looked exactly the same like 8 hours ago.
Yep. Like last week, there was one time I was up. For some reason, I was up like 4 o'clock in the morning. Couldn't go back to sleep. 6 o'clock rolls around. And I'm like, okay, looks, it doesn't look as bright as it usually is at 6 in the morning. And then 7 o'clock gets here and it still looks the same. I'm like, all right, what the hell's going on?
Right.
I woke
so
up scared
ugly.
that day. I'm not gonna lie. When everything was a different color.
Oh, that day was.
Yeah.
That orange was something else.
I thought it was the end of the world. I was like, oh no. We hit every plague this year.
Did we play? Oh man.
Oh man.
Hey, what have you guys been doing since we've had Tuesdays free, not recording? Oh, yo, I exposed. You're gonna get infiltrated now.
It's all right. It's all right. They don't know the new date. They'll never guess.
Oh, you're right. That was the old date, and now it's secret now. Dude. Hey, good save. Now. that's Anyway, we've had Tuesdays also. What do you guys been doing on Tuesday night? Same old.
Pretty much. But I got the new best fighting game out, Avengers.
Oh, you got that's that new fighting game because Google classifies it as a fighting game for some reason.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
Iron Man?
So far from what I played, I like Thor. Haven't beat it yet.
Can you main someone in that game?
I haven't beat it yet, but I think you can once you finish it and you're doing like
Oh, okay.
online stuff.
Right.
So there's matchmaking?
Yeah, you can do like a whole team. So far, it's just me and my friend Dan.
Is it
So-
PV? Is it PvP? PvE?
I think it's PvE.
Yeah, I just okay. So I knew for sure PvE. I just wasn't sure if there's a PvP option.
Even though it's a fighting game, how is there no PvP?
I can't. The fighting game
I don't
doesn't
understand,
have
man.
PvP. I will screenshot the Google search and I will show you. It just gives you this actually surprisingly accurate list of fighting games, and then you just have Avengers in the middle. Yeah, that works. Right.
Lie. Is UMBCI at least on that image, or did they just rewrite history right there?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it is on the list. See, here, let me send it to you.
You can't disrespect Marvel like that.
Yeah, we're gonna put Avengers before Marvel. I love it.
Oh man, but yeah, my Tuesdays were more or less the same. But the new date, shout outs to the new date.
It's nice.
It is nice. It was nice. Should we get started? Our opening segment?
Yeah, let's get into it. So I haven't been following any news on Xbox 5 or PS whatever. Yeah, you see, that's how I don't know what's going on.
That's that. You know what? We're turning in. We might be turning into our parents, dude. I'm gonna be doing that one day too. I'm gonna be like, Man, what are they on now? The 9, dude? It turned to the PS9.
It's just gonna be PC by then.
No, by then
It's
I
gonna
will have.
be PC and a Nintendo. That's
No,
gonna
bro.
be it.
Yeah.
By then I will have regressed. Not even regressed. I will actually have upgraded and got rid of my PCs. I don't have to troubleshoot no more, and I'm back to console, dude. And then when my kids, when they get the new console, I'm gonna be calling every console a Nintendo.
Could you imagine like when we have kids, we just hide our power levels the whole time? Like we never let them know.
No, what do you mean? Can you imagine? I'm doing that for real. I've been planning on that since day one, dude. I'm like, it doesn't matter what age you are, you can clap no matter what.
Like, Dad, have you tried Marvel? Don't. You know what Smash Bros is? Oh no.
Never heard of it.
No, I never played that one. What is that?
Is that the one with Yoshi?
Hey, you joke, but the kids, don't ever underestimate the kids in anything. Did I tell you guys that my little brother, I bought him Smash, and because he didn't have online for the longest time, he actually picked up Brawlhalla, right? And I didn't see him for a long period of time. And then a couple months, like 2 months ago or a month ago, he came over to my house, and he is always on his Switch. And he's either playing Fortnite or Brawlhalla. And I'm just like, I like doing stuff with my siblings. And I love video games too, obviously. So I was like, hey, you trying to play Brawlhalla? Because he was playing online or something. He was like, yeah, sure. You know, he's a good kid, pretty quiet kid. You know, like, yeah, let's boot it up, dude. I got the Joy-Cons. Dude, I didn't get to play. Dude, he's got like, I'm not saying I'm bad and like he's, you know, he just has experience. I'm talking about he had actual tech. Like he actually knows how to. I was just like, yo, what's happening? Like, I don't get to play. I was getting 3-stocked every time. I was lucky sometimes. I got 1 stock, but he was 3-stocking me every time. I had to go to Popeyes, pick up some food. Yo, on the way there, I was waiting, dude. I was like, top tier Brawlhalla characters. And I came home. I was like, all right, I know the tech. Naj Moss, we can't underestimate them, man. Well,
Yeah, it's true.
They'll be more knowledgeable than us eventually, and we'll be the ones behind. You know what I mean?
That's when they get disowned.
That's facts.
You beat me at Smash? Get out of here.
Get out of here. Pack your things.
You're done.
So anyway, the Xbox Series, I guess that's the name that they're.
Just call it Series.
Is it confirmed that like Xbox Series? Is that what's going on?
No, I don't know if Xbox Series is going to be the name of it, but they go by Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X. So
that's kind of sort of rolling.
That's what they've been announcing it as. So let's pick one of those.
Right. And you got the PlayStation 5, you know, a classic. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Mm-hmm. Easiest gaming convention, I swear.
I know. I wonder what that...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't... It's not Xbox 360, Xbox One. Like, come on now.
I wonder what that meeting's like. You know, when they have a conference call or like they have like a board meeting and they're like, what should we name it this time? And everyone's like, ha! Don't even ask that. Get out.
That actually kind of sounds like what Nintendo would do. And how would be like an actual suggestion.
Not ironically. So great. Write that down.
But like each Nintendo system is very unique in its name, though.
Except for the Wii U.
Yeah, except that one.
We don't talk about that.
Let's confuse everybody.
So Naj, so you say you haven't been keeping up with the console. I stumble upon it. Like I'll be on Reddit. I'll see it like on the main page. I'll be on Twitter. You know, Twitter blows it up all the time.
Yep.
So are you not interested in a console? Or are you just gonna keep, you know, using your computer?
Like right now I'm mostly PC, but with every console, I never get them when they first come out. I try to wait at least a year, 2
That's fair.
years.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's always a good thing. Maybe they'll drop from $299 to $199. Imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be kind of wild, you know.
And then it's
2
the
years,
launch.
a new version will come out, man.
That too.
We're doing cell phone style now. We're getting pros and Xbox Series or Xbox One S and all that stuff. So Switch Pro is supposed to be coming out next month, or next year supposedly. So,
the next version of Series Xbox Series S X.
Max.
Max. Arcade edition.
Who's developing this? Capcom?
Oh man. Honestly, all I know, I have a pretty simple reason as to why I want to get a PlayStation 5. I just, like you said, you recalled earlier, Moss, is just the exclusives are just time and time again they've proved.
Well, not the best, but they're up there.
Well, I mean, it's just I don't know anything that Xbox has that I'm like remotely interested in. I mean, that's not Halo. Halo's cool, but it's like I'm kind of.
Can't you play most of the Xbox games on PC anyway?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I could definitely do that. You know what I mean? So I'm just, personally, at least, I can't speak from like a consumer standpoint. I'm just, I'm talking about me. I'd rather just get a PlayStation 5 because all the exclusives are there. And not only that, but you guys have seen most fighting games are on the PlayStation. Yeah. I feel like I'm right on this.
I mean, most of them are on both consoles. The only ones that I can think of that aren't are Smash, Killer Instinct, and Street Fighter 5 at this point. Everything else pretty much multi-platform.
Maybe that was the last generation that I'm thinking of. Oh no, I'm talking about like the
current generation.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I honestly thought I really thought. Is there maybe I'm thinking about one fighting game that was it? I don't know.
Street Fighter 5 is probably the only one.
Maybe that's what I was thinking about. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not every fight. Maybe just Street Fighter 5. Maybe Street Fighter 5. It didn't go so well either.
Yeah.
At the time, I was like, "Dang, why would I get an Xbox when I get a PS4? Like Street Fighter 5 is gonna be exclusive." And Street Fighter 5 actually came out, and I played it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, here we go." Oh man. Other exclusive. So some of the exclusives on the PlayStation. Bug Snacks. Have you guys seen that? I think we talked about this.
Bug Snacks a little bit.
Bug Snacks. I gotta get. Ever since my cousin showed me that trailer, I'm so curious. I need to see what's going on with that game. They got me, dude. The marketing got me. So yeah, look it up when you get a chance now. It's just pretty interesting. Watch the trailer and just don't even look anything up. Just watch the trailer, in your when this is over, I guess. Yeah. And then just don't look up anything prior to it, and let me know what you think about the trailer because I'm kind of curious.
All right, could you describe the game in 2 words? Because I got me interested.
2 words. Unexpected outcome.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to watch it. You have to watch the trailer. You'll know what I'm talking about when you watch it.
All right.
So, let's see. What else is coming out on the...
Yeah, so just real quick. The Xbox prices and launch date were leaked last week, and then they were announced officially by Xbox after that.
Isn't that how things just get found out now? They just get leaked, and they're just like, I guess we're just announcing it now.
Yeah, that's how I found out I was getting laid off.
Yo, that's every news. That's all the news. It just gets leaked. All the news gets leaked.
Yeah, that was funny. That's a different story for another time.
That is unfortunate is what it is. It's absolutely unfortunate.
But yeah, so Xbox is launching November 10th. And the price point is kind of confusing. So I'm not even going to jump into that.
Yeah, so what's the price point looking like?
I don't know. I keep seeing starting at $24.99 a month with Xbox Game Pass, Ultimate, and EA Play. Don't know what the hell that means. I think that the regular price is $2.99 for one of them, and then double check.
And there's some kind of financing plan for the Xbox.
Yeah, so I think the $25 a month is the financing plan, and I guess that comes with the Xbox Game Pass and the EA bundle thing, EA Play.
Right.
And then you can buy them for $500 for the Series X and then $300 for the Series S, which I think is the all digital.
Right.
So PlayStation better come out with some good information this week because that last freaking one they had was crap.
Unfortunate. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a release date, price point, and hopefully some more information on backwards compatibility. I know everybody's saying it's not compatible with anything besides PS4 games, but it'd be nice, especially if it's going to cost more than the Xbox.
Xbox is kind of wild with their backwards.
And everything. Like, come on, man. The PlayStation library is so freaking big, and there's so many games that aren't available, like, on digital store. I can just pop in the old disc and let it go.
It's like Nintendo too.
Oh yeah, Nintendo's backwards compatibility is non-existent.
Yeah.
Just sell it again.
Yeah, basically, which is what they're doing, and everybody's gonna buy it because they just announced freaking the Super Mario 3D World or Super Mario
The bundle.
All Stars 3D, yeah, something like that. Which I'm probably gonna get.
Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm definitely getting it. I'm not gonna. That's not even a question. I mean, I definitely am annoyed. That is it. It's not $60, is it?
I don't. It probably is. No Nintendo. But I haven't looked at anything. It comes out this Friday, the 18th.
Right. Yeah. And it's an exclusive release too.
Yeah, it's a timed release. So
limited. Yeah,
March,
limited time.
I believe. So I might actually buy 2 copies, one that I don't open, and then one that's digital.
That's the real gamer moves right there.
Yeah, and I never owned any of these games prior. Like I didn't own Sunshine 64 or Galaxy, so I actually never played Galaxy, and I never beat the other 2. So
yeah,
I have new games for me.
What I want to do is, I'm sure they're gonna patch some stuff. Unfortunately, in Super Mario 64, I want to speedrun that game. I've always wanted to do it. I don't know how it's gonna work. It might change completely because they're re-releasing it on the Switch. There's probably gonna be a whole nother meta, a whole nother game plan, right? I might learn it because that's the classic.
Find new glitches, man.
I heard all the glitches are patched out.
I guess find new ones.
No backwards long jump.
Yeah,
guys, no backwards long jump.
not
Tragedy
the same game anymore.
I know. So we'll see. There might be a whole nother. There might be a whole nother game plan as to how to speedrun that game. But I've always wanted to speedrun that game because it's classic. It's it's one of the most well-known speedrun games. Like people watch it, all the time. And I was like, here's my chance. But I'll have to stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah, they should have added Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door in that collection.
That would have been a super insta buy. It's already an insta buy now. I will buy that free, dude. If they bundle Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, I wouldn't even hesitate.
They should put both. If they put both of them in there, dope.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, Naj knows, right? Paper Mario.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah, the best game. That's
the
best FPS, the best MOBA, the best
fighting game.
The best fighting game, even better than Avengers.
Oh yeah, I recently saw somebody speedrun the bosses at level 1, and he beat every boss
on Paper Mario.
Yeah, Mario?
On Paper Mario.
You talking about Thousand Year Door?
No, the original.
Oh, the original. Oh, okay. Because I thought you were talking about like the peril runs on when they be doing the peril runs. I don't know if that's a thing in the first one, but in Thousand Year Door, they got the peril runs and you do hella damage, but you only have like 1 HP. But they like make it work. It's crazy.
That's what he did, and I'd never seen it before, so it was mind blowing.
It's the coolest thing. Yeah, shout out to gamers, man. They're gaming out here.
Yeah.
So exclusives. I don't know much about the Xbox exclusives.
It's Halo, Gears, and like Crackdown, and Forza. I think I've named like all the exclusives that are.
What's funnier is you don't even have to see news for that. I'm pretty sure you can say it off the top of your head.
And I guess Killer Instinct at this point, and if Rare decides to do some more stuff, which, dude, they've had Rare for like 20 years now. They haven't done anything really good with them.
And Rare's done so much. Dude.
Let Nintendo have them back. It's fine.
Oh, I forgot. Demon Souls is gonna be there. Oh man. I'm a big Souls guy, and like Demon Souls, I've seen it. I never played it. Let's see. So Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man game. I haven't even played the first Spider-Man game on PS4. That game is amazing.
Good.
Yeah. So one day. I think that's the only thing I'd be interested in as of now. So I remember. So there's no USB or something. Or what was it? There's no you can't remember people at the FGC are complaining you can't plug in sticks.
I think there's at least one visible regular USB port, and then it looked like a USB-C. So
they'd have to make USB-C sticks. Either that or you have to mod your stick.
Or get an attachment, which shouldn't be too hard.
Right.
Still, one extra step. Do they not know we play fighting games?
I don't think that was their target audience.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fighting games is just fading more and more into obscurity for whatever reason.
A lot of people are using pads now.
That's true. There's more pad warriors.
That's true. You'd have to mod your stick now. I don't even know how I'd... Man, good thing I'm going to play on PC, dude. I don't even know how I'd play a fighting game on a console right now.
On your pad. All the people that are younger than you that are winning tournaments.
Yeah, I'm good, dude. My brother's out here bodying me with Joy-Cons and Brawlhalla. I wish I was trolling.
You gotta upgrade, man. No more sticks. At Warrior.
Anyway, to close out on this topic, I'm definitely gonna be getting a PS5. Not at launch or anytime soon. I just if I do get a console, which I'm pretty sure I feel like I will, it'll be a PS5.
This conference will determine whether I get it at launch or not.
Oh, so you're waiting more news. Okay, fair enough. Naj, are you leaning towards a console?
PS5. Just
PS5.
PS. I've never had an Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
It's too late in life to start that.
It's too late in life.
And this is exactly why PlayStation needs to make this PlayStation completely backwards compatible.
Yeah.
I have a freaking PlayStation library from the first PlayStation. And I can't play most of those games right now.
Unfortunate, man.
So yeah. But anyways, I got my PS4 at launch, and there really wasn't anything available at launch as far as games go, and it wasn't backwards compatible. But yeah, that's kind of why I'm leaning to wait a little bit for this time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's backwards compatible at least with PS4 games, so
right.
Avengers is something I can keep playing.
Yeah. That's cool. That's good to know.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens when they have the video on Wednesday.
So GL Moss on the conference.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, my PS4 was my graduation gift to myself.
I'm gonna get yourself another graduation gift.
My graduating, I got laid off, so
this is the layoff gift.
the layoff gift. The treat yourself gift.
Yeah.
Shall we jump into the next topic?
Yes. So one of the, we're going into the next gen, and they don't even have fighting sticks for us, but fighting games would probably be one of the main games that all three of us play. It's kind of what brought us together.
Right.
But we never really talked about what makes fighting games great, or what, we like in a fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, I guess we could each give, just some insight on what we look for in a fighting game, what makes it enjoyable, what makes you want to play it again, what makes you want to play against people again, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Who about to go first on this?
You guys ready? If not, I can go.
Oh yeah, don't matter.
Oh, I'm ready too. I'm just curious if anyone had a preference.
No preference.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I guess I'll go first.
All right.
So this is actually a really good question. I don't think I've ever really sat down and thought about this, but so first things first, I guess I didn't know this until Infinite came out, but yeah, I guess I care about how it looks. It wasn't really a thing I thought about until I saw how gray Infinite was. just how lifeless it looked. Sorry, I feel bad, but actually, no, I actually don't feel bad. Never mind. It's
so bad.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's just looked lifeless, and
that Chun-Li. Chun-Li face, man.
Never forget that. Yo, that That model was godlike. Anyway, yeah, I do appreciate the art in the game. You know, some of my most beloved fighting games are beautiful. You know, they're just aesthetically pleasing. I guess I never really thought about it because I'm so focused on, you know, my execution, what my opponent's doing, what I'm gonna do when my opponents wake up. I do this with DBZ actually in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Fighters is a gorgeous game, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. But like but people bring it up to me how cool the level 3 looks, or like let's say I'm doing like Bardock's level 3 or like Base Vegeta's level 3. People are like, man, this game is so pretty, dude. I'm not thinking about that at all. I'm thinking about the Oki. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do on my opponent's wake up. It's been a long time, so I really sat back like, wow, very beautiful game. So the graphics are definitely important. I appreciate execution as well. I'm not like an execution monster, but I do appreciate when, you know, the fruits of your labor are finally paying off. Like when you pull off something specific in the game. Mm-hmm. So Marvel 3 is a good example, or just Marvel in general, right? Marvel 2, Marvel 3, even Infinite 2. Like when you just spend all that lab time and it translates to the real game, it's pretty satisfying, you know? So that's something I appreciate as well. Let's see. What else do I appreciate? Games with a good neutral. I like a good neutral game. Like, I think that's kind of why I've always leaned towards Street Fighter instead of Marvel. The footsie is one of the most astounding concepts I've ever, you know, encountered in my life. It's just an interesting. It's so interesting, right? It's very simple, but at the same time so complex. Like when you're at a certain part of the screen and you're keeping in mind, you know, what your opponent can do, what you can do, you know, what normals you have. So a game with a good neutral is always appreciated from me. Replayability.
Yeah,
like just does it make me want to press rematch again? Like
yeah,
I try to lose. Am I trying to play again? Like after
or like, you know, the classic games that you always will come back to too.
I like when I play a fighting game, I like knowing that I won, and I also like knowing that I lost, like I really lost or I really won. You know what I mean? Like I want to, like when I make a mistake and it's clear, it's obvious to me as to what I did, right? I want to be like, oh, you know what? I whiffed something here. I should definitely die. It's all good. It's good. You know, that's what makes me want to play again because I just want to, you know what I mean? And then what makes me not want to play again is when I just get hit with something just out of left field, like random, and I get punished heavily for it. I'm just like, why did I just did all this work and I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die because you press like a button or something. You press like a what's that? Like a crutch button, easy mode button, etc.
Oh, like one of those combo breaker kind of moves.
Yeah, like a good example would be V Trigger, like V Trigger in Street Fighter 5. Like I just outplay neutral the whole time, and then Balrog does like random crouching medium kick like twice, canceling the V Trigger. At least I don't know if it's like that now, but I just know in season 1 and 2 that was definitely happening, and I was just like, huh. And after he done dash punching you, you have to guess. And I'm just like, okay, I gotta guess. And if I guess wrong, I get stunned and I'm just dead because he has super. You know what? I'll even get it. I'll give another example too. It's not just Street Fighter 5. Like in Dragon Ball, the auto combos. Like I'm not talking about just pressing the auto combos. I don't care if people are doing the auto combos because most of the players I play don't really use it. But when you do use it, is you use it to
extend combos and stuff.
Yeah, to extend the combos, or use it to convert off of something you normally would not get a knockdown from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like I've played against Bardock, and he'll just press standing light like twice, and the second one hits up, the hitbox is above his head for some reason, right? And it's a vacuum. I just get hit, and then it's a combo for him. And I'm just like, why did I get hit? I don't understand. I don't know, what is this, dude? So that's like a huge thing of replayability with me. I'm just like, all right, fair versus or fair earned. You know what I mean? I mean, in the end, I've been playing fighting game for a long time. There are a bunch of things that are not fair, and I'm cool with it. It's just there are definitely games that do a better job than others when things are.
Yeah, the stuff that's not fair is what makes the fighting games fun.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that's absolutely true. It's like it's probably one of the toughest things when you're developing a fighting game. I'm sure, like you find something, and as a dev, you find something. You're like, oh man, should we leave this in here? Should we not? How do people feel about this? They have no idea if it's gonna be the most hated mechanic or it's gonna be the most beloved.
Yep, or they'll find it, put it in, or they'll leave it in there, and then it just gets exploited to a way that they never expected.
Yeah, and I'm a consumer. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a consumer. I don't know what's best for me. I just don't. Okay, but
let me decide.
Well, what I do know is
just leave the game and let me decide.
What I do know is when I want to replay a game, I do like to, I do. I'm like, all right, I lost or I won, or I lost convincingly. I'll definitely first rematch, or I won, but it was, I won, but it was definitely an uphill battle for me, and I want to play again. So that's something I value. But yeah, that's what I value in a fighting game. At least that's what makes it good to me.
And it's interesting you bring up the, I earned this or I won, for something obvious, because a new trend is there's a lot of these new comeback mechanics and, free wins almost. And some of the busted stuff, like you said, V triggers, it doesn't feel like you earned it because you just pushed 2 buttons,
Yeah, comeback mechanics. I'm not the biggest fan of of comeback mechanics. I'm okay with not. If I'm losing convincingly, I'm okay with losing convincingly. I deserve it, dude. I got mixed up twice, 3 times. I lost a neutral the whole time. I definitely deserve to have no life compared to what you have. So, I mean, I'm definitely gonna abuse comeback mechanics as a thing, but it's, I could do without it. I'm fine with it. Without it.
Yeah, I don't play Tekken, so I can't really speak to their comeback mechanics. But from what I've played, I think Street Fighter 4 probably has the best comeback mechanic in Ultras.
That what's funny is you say that, and I remember back at the time, people did not. I remember people did not like Ultras.
Yeah, people were really salty about Ultras when they got announced. But I think they probably have the best comeback mechanic that has been introduced in the modern fighting game. X Factor is just ridiculous.
I think X Factor is a little much. A lot of people.
Same thing with sparking.
Yeah, I think. See, it's cool that you mentioned that. Some people say that sparking is what X Factor should have been, because sparking is not that bad, right? I can do without sparking. If sparking didn't exist, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I feel like Dragon Ball needs it though, just because of how long the match is.
Oh, how long? Yeah, how long? Anyway, people were arguing this is what X Factor should have been. Yeah, I agree. I think X Factor is definitely excessive, and you do so much damage.
X Factor is a little busted. All of your combo potential it skyrockets, and your damage is just
what's crazy is when you X Factor, it's actually rewarding to to shorten your combo or to make it simpler so they don't fall out, and you still do an obscene amount of damage. For example, if you're like Doom, right? I was doing this to Austin earlier, right? All you do is you just wait till they put you in block stun in the corner when they're putting pressure on you. Just press random X Factor, mash back throw, dude, Doom, and you just die because X Factor is obscene amount of damage. And then even if your whole combo doesn't kill, just do standing M into level 3 and you're dead. Yo, level 3 does so much damage in Marvel 3.
Oh, yeah.
X Factor, it's 50%.
Yeah, I was watching Maximilian play Marvel the other day, and he did a basic Wesker combo, but he was an X Factor, so he did the gunshot OTG, and he was able to just combo without any assist or anything. Just that's cheap.
Right, it is.
I play Wesker, and I never do that.
But yeah, no, that's it's a good point. Comeback mechanics. Personally, I can do without it. I don't care much about it. I guess people are okay with it. I think they're trying to appeal to the crowd. The audience like a good comeback. But when you really play fighting games and you watch an older game and you see somebody come back, you actually appreciate it more because it's super difficult.
The Daigo comeback, the Evo moment.
Imagine you just pushed V trigger instead. That wouldn't be a moment.
Yeah, it's press V trigger, it's terrifying. You're Urian, you do Aegis Reflector. You gotta guess like once or twice, and to stun. And then if you have super, your opponent is dead. Who else? Balrog. Balrog's V trigger is ridiculous. Who else is V trigger? Ken. All those guys is V trigger. Buki's V trigger. Oh my goodness. The Shuriken. Oh my gosh, you gotta guess every time. It's crazy.
Like, I'm not a big fan of comeback mechanics because it's usually something that just gets exploited to the point where it's like not going to be a comeback mechanic anymore. Like, it just puts you in an advantage in the beginning of the match, like as early as possible, you know? Like, it's something that gets exploited more so than actually used to make a comeback.
Is there anything else you value in a fighting game, Nash? Like,
well, I guess for me, what makes one fighting game stand out compared to another one? I mean, yeah, definitely graphics, but only in certain situations. Like Marvel UMVCI, it didn't really bother me that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so boring. Like, the
That's
backgrounds
fair.
are ugly. Is that like
that's a fair. That's a fair opinion.
But yeah, like I could see graphics not bothering people.
Yeah, but like on launch, it didn't bother me. But when I went back to watch it now, I was like, wow, this really is ugly.
Well, think about its predecessor. Marvel 3 is a gorgeous game.
Yeah.
It looks straight out of every character. Looks straight out of a comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marvel 3 looks really good, and Marvel 2 has all the famous
and Marvel 2 looks great
sprites
too.
of freaking the 90s. So
that was the golden age of sprites. But like, there's another game like that, KOF 13 and KOF 14. If you ever see 13, every sprite's hand drawn. The backgrounds have some of the most, intense storylines almost going on in the background. And then you go to KOF 14, and it looks like they made the game in 2008 or something.
I remember that.
What was it, KOF 14?
Yeah, like just look up Iori in 13 and Iori in 14. It's terrible because what sucked was 14 actually feels really good. Like, it feels like a KOF. The controls are tight. Your inputs matter and all that. But then it just looks so.
Oh, just compared to its previous iterate or to its
just
predecessor.
compared to other games in general.
Oh,
like Street Fighter 4 looked better, and
I appreciate the older art style. I do appreciate. Third Strike is a pretty game. The Alpha series, I like the way those games like sprites or godlike. Me too.
I understand it's way more work, but yeah, they look great.
That's true. Something I appreciate. You can't sleep on art.
You can't. But I think the most important thing to me, or the two most important things, are like how the combos feel in the game, and how you can control your character in the neutral. And what I mean exactly by that is, like, you take Smash, you got all these great movement options. It feels responsive. If you want to get to this point of the screen, you know how to get there the fastest or the safest or something like that. The wave dashes. I wish they would come back, but whatever. I mean, that's a comeback mechanic, right? Being able to wave dash.
The devs don't want it to be too hard. What do you mean? I want the game
to make the input simple.
I don't know.
The input's already simple.
That's
I don't know.
I don't know how much easier you can make Smash as far as like basic controls.
Yeah, how much easier can you make that game? That game is already super easy. Literally anybody can play that game. Not at a high level, but
just throw in the auto combo. Just keep mashing A.
They have those
for you.
Oh my god! If
Boss already has auto combos.
If Smash, oh yeah, technically Smash has auto combo. Imagine making it longer. You do more. Like you somehow. Like when you mash A and after they get launched, you actually follow up like an edge guard. That'd be pretty crazy.
But like, I really like how you can control the character, like the movement. Street Fighter 4 felt good, like felt. You're inching forward. You're trying to get as much space as you can safely. And then there's other games where it's just like, oh, I guess so, or they move too fast, or moving too fast is something for me. Like I can't keep up.
So you don't like Marvel 3?
I like it because I can
I
keep
think
up with
it's
Marvel 3, but like some of the more what is it, like Japanese fighting games like BlazBlue and stuff.
Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear.
I think DBFZ might be similar to those games.
Yeah,
Dude, you gotta. It's definitely different. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate movement too. Good movement's important.
Yeah, and then the combos, like, you feel great after you land that combo you've been practicing, or the string and smash. It gives you a real sense of accomplishment. Like, yeah, I pulled it off. I got the max damage.
That's like when Naj, remember when we went to Austin's house and you pulled out the fox and you were doing the jab reset combos? I was like,
yeah.
Whoa, okay.
I was like, feeling myself the whole time.
I was like, okay, relax.
I was just in the lab.
He did that like twice. I was like, okay, wait. I'm getting hit.
Yeah. I mean, ironically, I hate labbing combos. Like, that's the worst part of a fighting game to me.
But it is
actually labbing.
It is satisfying. I know someone like that. There's someone in one of my very close friends. He plays DBFC, and he's actually really good. But he has openly stated, says, I want to play the game. I don't want to go in training mode. Fighting games to me is definitely that. It's not all being in training mode. It's the whole thing. The whole experience is not being in training mode. If anything, it's actually bad if you only spend your time in there. But it's a balance. You've definitely got to do both. But I totally understand where you're coming from. You want to play someone else. You want to actually experience the PvP. That's usually why people are drawn to fighting games, because they want to play other people. To me, it's part of the game. But I totally understand. It gets old after a while. My philosophy has always been, at least in fighting games, especially ones with high execution, is if you really want to nail that, if you're really trying to execute whatever you're trying to execute, and it's, has a difficult learning curve, you got to do it until you hate it in training mode. Now, people might not share my opinion, but that's legit how I feel. Like, I do the combo so much to where I get annoyed. It's worth it, right?
It's worth it.
But like when I do it like by myself, I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm gonna do this again. But I gotta do it again because I need to not drop it when the time calls for it, right? In a real match. But I totally understand what you're feeling. You get it.
See, my problem is I start off training mode mad. Like, man, I got to put all these inputs in. I missed again, and it's on like the second try. After that, I'm done. I was like, I can't handle this.
You used to say, man, I remember when I first started playing League of Legends a couple of years ago, like when my friend tried to introduce me. You know what's crazy is most people would do the opposite of what I wanted to do. When I was playing, I played the bots first and the customs. And I was like, and I asked my friend, like, can I go into Summoner's Rift alone? Right? So I can like practice doing certain things. And he was like, why would you want to do that? I was like, you got to play the game. And he's right. You actually do have to play the game. You learn nothing labbing anything. Unless you lab something specific and you're maybe at a certain level, maybe it might help. But you really got to just play. What do you lab? There's nothing to practice.
I like build sometimes, just, figure out, is this really what I want to build toward? But yeah, I feel that like.
I was thinking execution. I was like, I gotta work on like last farming and stuff. No, you gotta do that in the game. And I'm like, my last hitting is trash. I want to do it alone. Nah, that's the best strat is to just go into a normal and just suffer. Yeah.
I mean, ironically, right? Like when it came to MOBAs, that's when I'm like, I gotta grind this out in practice. I remember.
Oh, you're practicing stuff in.
Yeah, like my first couple hooks with Pudge were terrible. Like they were standing still and I missed. And then I just wanted it and I just kept going for it. But yeah, I don't have that same passion when it comes to practicing combos.
Fair enough. It is tedious. It's tedious. It is what it is. Yeah, it is tedious. Moss, anything in particular you like?
Let's see. So let's touch on some stuff. One of the key things for me fighting games is, it's kind of just in games in general, is presentation. Presentation has to be good, and it goes beyond just like the general graphics, but like menus, character interactions, all that kind of stuff. Like Dragon Ball Fighters is, I think, one of the best examples of like a really well presented game. Like the characters, since it has like a source material, they feel like they're like legit from like it's legitimately like Dragon Ball Z. Characters look really good. The interactions between the characters like fit with like the lore of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's really good. That's one of the reasons why I like Marvel 3 so much. They did a really good job with the presentation of the game. Like Carl said earlier, it's a beautiful game to look at. But like all the different little interactions that the characters have, and when they tag out and all this, like it's good. Like the sound effects, everything. It's just really good.
Something I appreciate too is when the characters say each other's names when they come in. So I forget that they do that sometimes. It's super cool.
Like when the X-Men do like a DHC or whatever, and they'll call out Aurora or Logan or whatever. It just makes the game feel that much better to me.
I like when the villains or say the heroes' names. That's hilarious. That's comedy to me. I think it's funny. Like, you guys are on the same team. That's kind of weird. It's kind of whack. Kind of wild is what it is. Not whack. Kind of wild.
Yeah, like, and then, like, using Marvel 3 as another example, like Magneto and Wolverine, like, if they're the 2 point characters, they'll have their little dialogue where Wolverine talks about him being, or Magneto talks about him being a man with metal bones and stuff. So it's just stuff like that. CVS2 does a lot of it too. Like I want to say Guile and Rugal have one, or it might be Geese, one of them. Yeah, it's just stuff like that I really like.
The Ryu and Ken interaction never gets old. I always like to appreciate that one.
Yeah. So presentation is definitely key. It just makes the game that much more enjoyable.
How you feel about the DBZ intros when they interact with each other? Those intros are sick. I like when they're character specific ones, right? Mm-hmm. The Cell Team Gohan one is so godlike when they're talking to each other, and then he goes Super Saiyan 2 during the intro. That's so sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some of those
have really good introductions there, and then like the dynamic finishes are cool too.
Oh yeah,
and like all of that's just part of how they present the game, and it just makes the game feel that much better. So that's one of the like really important things for me. The other thing is just fun. The game has to be fun. If it's not fun, then like what the hell are we doing?
That's true.
But like seriously though, like there's great fighting games out there. Like the mechanics are solid. It's well balanced. It's got cool characters, all that good stuff. But then it's just like I'm not feeling this game. And it just makes it that much harder for us to play. Because like again, like with Marvel 2 or CVS 2, me and my friends could just play for hours on end, and it's still fun. And then like you can go play like a really good game. Like I'm trying to think of one. What's a really good fighting game, guys? Outside of those,
outside of.
I don't know, maybe Alpha or Thirst
one
Strike?
that's like not like seen it's like super fun. I don't know why I'm thinking Soul Calibur.
Oh yeah, I can see Soul Calibur.
There are some people that don't have any interest in NRS games.
Yeah, okay, that's actually a pretty good one right there.
Yeah,
like
NRS is like I don't want to say acquired taste, but you definitely have to like certain things to get into, or at least to dive deep into an NRS game.
Yeah, like
I enjoy those as well.
Yeah,
but that's a really good example. Like I know Mortal Kombat 11 for the most part seems pretty good. I haven't like followed the competitive scene very much, but like it's not the most fun game to play.
I don't have anyone to play those games. Also, don't want to pay money. I'm just cheap. Like, if I had a reason, I'd buy it, but I don't know anyone. It's hard enough to. But that's why I've been playing old games, because they're accessible. At least to me, they are, and I can just play like Marvel 3 on Parsec with some of these guys I know. CVS
3 is a fun game. Yeah. So besides like combos and stuff like that, like full controls and all that, one of the other things that I think is really important for a fighting game to be good. Not online or anything like that. That's important too, but it's like pacing is really important.
You said pacing?
Yes. So like that just
Oh, here we go. This is the jab at DBZ. This is that DBZ jab. I'm not even gonna knock it. I can completely understand. I completely understand that.
So not even specifically like, yeah, long matches are a pain in the ass too. But so like that's part of it. Like the matches can go pretty quick, and you can get back into the match fast. That I think is really important too, because you just kind of get to keep playing and getting your tests and stuff. Like that's one thing that's kind of annoying about Smash is how long it takes to get to the next match.
Man, that's I swear that's a lot of Smash for me. I mean, man, when I'm watching Jigglypuff and Melee, I'm like, oh my gosh, when is
if you get a rest combo
in? Yeah, that's
you get a good rest combo in. I mean,
I'm talking about high level. At high level, you don't just get it for free. That's like a 5-minute affair. 6 minutes. That's like DBZ. Yeah. DBZ sometimes is hard for me to watch. I love DBZ, but yeah, Smash is mad long, and then
especially I feel like Ultimate's even longer than like.
It is.
Oh my gosh, Ultimate's a chore. I'm playing Snake.
Yo, some of the sets at fully charged have been long as.
Take hella long, dude. Like,
this is a 30-minute set.
I'll be looking up like this still hasn't ended. I have to sometimes check what round these guys are on.
That's what I'm saying, man. You play like, I mean, it makes sense though. If you have characters that can, like Luigi or Captain Falcon, where they'll just they'll need one grab, rush you. Of course, you're gonna want to zone them out, right? So you can't just concede in neutral and just get close every time. If you can turtle, you should do it. But, I mean, kind of comes with the territory with platform fighters. But yeah, I agree. Pacing is important.
Yep. And that also just kind of goes with the pace of the matches and stuff too. So yeah, pacing is super important.
How long do Marvel 2 matches take? I feel like Marvel 2 matches are they take quite a bit of time, do they not? At least high level. I don't know, but
I think the game clock is like actually 3 minutes long. But I think like maybe a minute and a half ish, which isn't bad for 6 freaking characters.
Maybe I'm getting lost. Maybe I'm just getting lost in the game. I just feel like it's long, but
like I don't know. I've been watching like Justin Wong's freaking first attempts, and they don't seem like they're very long at all.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just me. It's probably just me. I'm thinking. I'm not against the pacing of that game. I thought it took long, but maybe I'm just.
They might take long, but it doesn't feel like they do, which I think also what the pacing is all like. If it doesn't feel like it's taking forever for a match to go.
I think Marvel 3. I think Marvel 3 goes a little too fast. You die too fast in that game, man. Don't get me wrong. It's fun to touch someone. It's fun to touch someone once and they're dead, but it does go by mad fast.
Don't get X-Max comboed.
But like that's another part of the pacing, the back and forth. Like in Marvel, you get hit once, there goes your character.
Yeah, that's the appeal of the game for sure.
Yeah, but like Street Fighter, yeah, somebody might open you up at the start of the match, but there's still a chance to come back.
Yeah,
I think that's why I've always gravitated towards Street Fighter is because of how the neutral works. The pacing is appropriate.
But that's what I was going to say. I feel like that pacing makes sense for Street Fighter. Yeah. Street Fighter is more of like a chess-ish. Feels kind of more like chess.
Yeah.
Than like a Street Fighter or like a Marvel or a Smash.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious about Sam Show. I've always been curious about Sam Show. They say that's the old man's game. I'm intrigued with that. I'm trying to play neutral for a long time. I don't think that game has any pacing problems.
It's got no combos.
But that's the thing. You play slow.
It's very footsie heavy, so you might like it a lot.
Yeah, I love footsies. It's such an intriguing thing to me. I get excited thinking about footsies. I'm like, all right, wait for him to whiff this, and I press this. Press low forward here, etc.
I'll definitely try it out. The game was good when I had it, but the online killed it for me. So
it was bad.
The lobby time was too long.
Oh,
bad pacing online, huh?
Yeah, I'm not waiting 5 minutes per match.
Ian will be glad to play Samurai Showdown if anybody ever asks him to. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta hit him up.
But yeah, like those are like the more specific things. You know, combo controls are always important. If the game controls like acids, yeah, it just takes away the fun from it and makes it more frustrating to play. I think the roster is pretty important too. Like I remember Max saying you like to see cool characters do cool shit, and I kind of feel like that all kind of fits in presentation too. But the roster is pretty key. Like you don't like any of the characters, what the hell are you playing?
Yeah, that's true.
Having a diverse cast. I don't think I've ever seen a fighting game where I couldn't find a main character. I couldn't find a character I didn't really like. That's a good thing. You know, even in Street Fighter V, like there are a lot of characters that I'm super intrigued with. I'm like, oh, I gotta play that guy. You know, so that's good.
I hate when I can't find a character that I like besides like the one character I play.
That's like Tekken for me, dude. Tekken, to me, the diversity in Tekken, there's definitely diversity, right? But because the game is so difficult and because there's so many things to learn, it's kind of what what deters me from wanting to explore another character because I don't even know everything about my own. I play Paul, dude. I play Paul. It's not even hard to play. I still don't even know everything.
Tekken's too in depth for me.
Tekken's so there's so many things to learn, you know. But that's a diverse cast. DB's pretty diverse cast. You know what's important? No, it is. Not at a high level. At a high level, everyone playing the same characters.
I'm about to say it's just the base roster, or not the base roster, but the current roster is like 55% Goku. So
that actually brings me to another point. Is it's not only important to have a diverse cast, but a lot of them need to be viable.
Yeah.
Well, or just strong in general.
Fun to play.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Grand Blue when it came out?
I wanted to, but I decided against it because I know how that goes. Because the audience for that just becomes so small. I just can't justify paying that much money play a game I'm not gonna really play other people in.
Dude, I bought Eunice and haven't played it yet. So. Oh
really?
Eunice is fun. I
like it. I just haven't played it since I bought it. Like I've played it, with you guys, but. Yeah, I bought it and haven't played it.
That game's fun. My Wagner's ridiculous. And by ridiculous, I mean I just hold forward, and that's how you play Wagner. I swear to God. Just hold forward. You do the install sometimes in the middle of the combo, right?
Yeah.
And then you just eat more block strings, and then you just hold forward. It's great.
Yeah, but I kind of ran into that problem with Eunice. Like I have the two characters I like, and then the rest of the cast is kind of meh for me.
I feel about Street Fighter 5.
Yeah,
just play Bison.
But yeah, Grand Blue is sort of kind of in that situation where they have a diverse cast, really great presentation, and the combat's actually really solid. But then, same thing, only like two characters, so it was like, what was the point? Catalina and I guess just Catalina.
I like Byakuya. Byakuya's tight. Yeah. He has the setup character with the webs. That's so tight. It's so cheap. You just once you knock him down, you just put the webs, and you're like, okay, I'll wake up eventually. The block string should end soon.
Yeah, like him and what's the one with the blood powers?
Oh, I forgot. It's been so long since I played Eunice. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Carmine. Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah, I didn't know any. I don't know anyone that played a Eunice, so I just never got into it.
Yeah, the funny thing with Eunice is like everybody plays it online, and nobody ever shows up to.
I knew Nas was gonna bring this up. The second he started talking, I'm just like, yeah, he's still mad about that. He's so trying.
I tried
right there. He tried. Nobody come out.
Yeah, same with Sam's show. Like, oh man, I was hyped for the launch weekend, and then I'm glad the people who came out. Like, I appreciate it. I was glad to see them, but it was only like 3 people. I thought we were gonna get more.
Maybe after COVID, is over, people will appreciate being able to leave the house and they'll come to their local. You think so?
I think so.
I give it a couple months after COVID. You can't just rush out there.
But that's facts.
No masks.
Oh, I'm coming in hot, no mask immediately. I'm like, I'm back.
They won no masks, man.
That's a DQ.
Anything else you want to address? I feel like we addressed.
Seat mechanics needs to be in there. Oh, and this is something that does not need to be focused on in fighting games. Story modes. Get that shit out of here.
There's no point.
It is unnecessary. If your core game, no, hold on. If your core game is ass, don't focus on the story mode, please.
You know what?
If the story mode is done well, I appreciate it. If it's not, get that shit out of here.
I appreciate a good single player in a fighting game. That being said, I don't.
Single player it should be included and it should be done well, but don't put no bullshit in there.
I don't care much for it, but I do appreciate it. I'm trying to think of who does single player games, fighting games, or single player in fighting games really well? NRS does that.
You do the story mode really well. Single player
story mode is so good.
Story mode is done really well.
Yeah, I enjoy it. When I had MK9, the story was so engaging. It was interesting. There's a cohesive plot. It was fun. It was a good story.
Yeah, NRS did a great job on the story mode. Capcom,
no single player at launch.
Not so much on the story mode, please.
No arcade mode, real quick. Street Fighter 5.
The no arcade mode was that was ridiculous, especially for a freaking full price game.
Paying for the experience, bro.
Experience.
Let's see. Marvel Infinite, that story mode was BS. That
I heard bad
they
things.
Focused on that when they should have been focusing on the presentation
and characters.
The presentation, if they would have had like a better roster, better presentation, and not a stupid crappy story mode, it probably would have sold way better.
Wait, hold on. Tekken Force? You remember Tekken Force? That single player thing was godlike. That mode was sick in Tekken. I like that a lot. The Tekken 7 story mode is kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like it that much. But Tekken Force, I gotta Google that again. That was so cool. The PvE.
I think I remember that. That was pretty dope.
That's
just what I'm remembering.
I wish we did that. I wish they did that.
That's one of the things that I was hoping that. I don't even remember that.
The Tekken story is interesting. I just wasn't very engaged in the single player. I think the Tekken story is interesting, but it's just. It's just
Tekken or Street Fighter Cross Tekken. He said.
Yeah.
SFXC. Okay.
I didn't even know it had a story mode.
Pretty sure there was one.
I know there was like arcade mode ish, but
right.
Yeah. I think one of the best single player for a fighting game was in Melee. Had like the most diversity as far as
adventure mode.
Yeah, had the classic mode, they had the adventure mode, and they had the all-star mode. And the adventure mode was dope.
All those together. You know what? Yeah, I agree. The replayability on that was
I don't know how many times I've played through like the different single player stuff on there. And I just found out recently that there's a freaking like world record thing for break the targets, which was dope on there too because it was like based off the character.
I've seen some of that footage.
The way they
optimize it's ridiculous.
I was like, whoa, all right, this is too advanced for me.
They're labbing. Yeah, they're labbing out here. Subspace Emissary, I love Subspace Emissary. The brawl story mode was godlike. I don't care what anyone says. There's no dialogue, and it was great.
The cutscenes were cool. The gameplay itself was kind of ass.
It was Melee adventure mode with cutscenes, right?
Melee adventure mode was fun.
You know what? It's all right. I don't think the Melee adventure mode was that great. I really do think Subspace Emissary is Melee adventure mode with cutscenes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the cutscenes were good.
And the cutscenes were good. Shout out to Nintendo.
Yeah, shout out to YouTube because it made Sakurai say, "Nah, I'm good off with this again." I'm not going to put all this work into the cutscenes and everybody can just watch on YouTube for free.
That's tragedy. That's funny.
You guys will just get nice release trailers.
Oh my gosh, can we? You know what? I'm gonna say it, dude. The ultimate story mode, the ultimate whatever that is, sucks. I hate it. I don't even remember what
That's
it's
not
called.
story mode.
What is it called? What is that called? I forgot.
Their border.
World of Light.
Yeah, World of Light.
Sucks.
I never played it.
Garbage.
It's
Absolute
not
garbage.
It's not
fun.
even the story mode.
Yo, the spirits is tedious. Nothing about that is entertaining. And I can't believe Austin sat through 40 hours of that before actually playing Smash. That's crazy.
It wasn't worth finishing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad I didn't finish it. I was kind of salty I didn't, but you know what? I think having 300 to 400 hours in Smash, I think makes my purchase.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Oh yeah.
So now that we have an idea of what makes the games great for us, what are your top 5 games?
Fighting games.
Top 5 fighting games.
You got it, Moss?
That's my top 3.
Oh, I got my top 5 ready.
I also got my top 5.
Drop 2 more.
All right. So, Carl, you want to go ahead then?
Yeah, I'm down. I'll go for it.
All right.
So here's my 5. I got Street Fighter 4, obviously. Talked in the past. Street Fighter 4 is probably my most beloved fighting game because I just grew up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel 3. I forgot how much. Now that I'm playing it again,
mm-hmm.
I forgot how much I learned as a kid, and it translates well to now because now I have better execution. I'm actually thinking when I'm playing a fighting game, So Marvel 3, so all that knowledge is all the hours are just randomly grinding in training mode, watching all those hours of VODs. You guys don't understand. When I say I watch the VODs, I still watch VODs now. Today, like I'm still watching Marvel 3 stuff because I'm just because I just like the game that much. Like, I don't think very much of it, but I never really realized how much I know about the game, which is not a lot, right? I'm not a pro player or anything, but I think it's fair to say I do know quite a bit about that game. I didn't really realize it until I started playing my friend who's completely new to Marvel 3, and he's actually trying to, improve in the game, get better, understand the mechanics. And I'm just explaining things to him or what characters are capable of. And in my mind, I'm like, how do I know this? Like, that's how I know I've been playing fighting game for so long. I just know things about these characters that I can't even play myself, right? I'm telling them about how Captain America has some stuff, how Virgil has some stuff. Like, I play those characters. I don't play those guys. I know I've seen what they can do. But I never realized how much I knew about the game so recently.
Can you do TAC?
Oh, TAC. What's up?
Can you TAC combo or do TACs yet?
I'm gonna learn the infinite now that I'm old enough. Now that now that I'm just gonna, now that I have the wisdom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn the Doom infinite. I'm gonna hit Austin with it. Okay. He's gonna be mad. He's not gonna be happy when he gets.
Was there an age requirement on that one? Like,
it's maturity level.
You gotta be mature. You gotta be mature.
Maturity level.
You gotta mature. You gotta be mature, dude. You gotta. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's an age requirement to learn the infinite. So my next game, DBFC. I'm surprised. You know what? I didn't realize how much I had played this game until I looked at my Steam hours, and I have 365 hours in Dragon Ball, and I like that game. I like Dragon Ball a lot. It's got its flaws, but I genuinely like the game. It's fun. With the most recent patch announced, which was actually very recently. I was watching a stream earlier when they were doing the Roshi reveal and they were going over the patch notes. I'm hoping the more characters will be viable. I think the game is in a good place right now. I think we're going to see a lot of different characters.
Are you excited for Roshi?
Yes, because his BSS is busted. I saw it. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I know you guys don't really play the game like that, but but I'm sure you guys will understand when I tell you that Roshi's BSS puts you in so much block stun, and you guys know how that works. When you get put in block stun, you gotta guess. That's the best part. That's how you know it's got like. I'm playing Roshi for sure. So Dragon Ball is up there. Tekken 7, I love Tekken 7. I don't think I'll ever be as good as I want to be in that game, but I still loved it. I just love how many options you have in that game. I just love how deep it is and how even the best player in the world is still learning. Guys like Nee, they're still, dude, he was humbled by the Pakistani scene.
Yeah.
There's still so many things you learn about the game. It's a beautiful game to me. I love Tekken. And this last one, I just have it here because it's the one I'm most curious about. I don't even have experience in it. It's here. I don't even care. It's CVS 2. I want to play CVS 2. I'm so curious about the cast is so deep in that game, and there's so many. I think what makes that game so awesome to me is how there are different grooves, how many different meters there are, and with those meters come different like quirks, different abilities, different mechanics.
My Hero.
That's crazy. Yo, wait, hold on. What about My Hero? What do you mean?
The quirks.
It works.
That's what it is. I guess technically what it is, right?
No, that's fighting game mechanics.
Oh my gosh. What is the dictionary definition of? I'm looking up the definition. A peculiar behavioral habit. Yeah, each meter has its own gimmick, has mechanic, its own quirk, dude. That's what's intriguing to me. I think that's super cool. You can do custom combos. You can do the traditional link to super. There's the roll cancels. They're just defending parries. That's so cool. There's so many options in that game, and that's why it's in my top 5. I think honorable mention would be like Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 is like a classic.
Yeah.
Wait, so was that 4 or 5?
That was 5.
That was 5. Yeah, Street Fighter is the honorable mention. But yeah, that's my list.
Checking
Moss, you play CVS, right?
Oh yeah.
And
not good at it, not like high level at it, but yeah, I play it. Game's fun as hell.
Yeah, like what quirk did you choose? Did you do like all for one? Or
Oh, it's gonna be this is the new meme. I stand by what I said. I stand by it.
So in CVS 2, that's called EX. You can customize which quirks you want.
No, I like
so you can all for one it,
Yeah, no, I like the mode where you can choose just one hyperpower character. That was always fun to me.
Oh, the ratio system?
Yeah.
You just like a 1 character 4 ratio.
Yep. On the mode.
Wait, how exactly does that work? The ratio system?
So basically, I think the total ratio is 4, and so depending on how many characters you pick, depend on like what kind of ratios you're able to do. So like if you just picked 1 character, you'd have a 4 ratio character, so it'd be stronger, does more damage, takes less damage.
Oh, you could do that?
Yeah. And then like if you do 2 characters, you can split it like 3-to-1 ratio or 2-2 ratio. And then if you do a 3 team, it's 1-1-2.
So I can play Sagat only?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's godlike.
And
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I actually don't. When I play a game like that, I do like to play all 3 characters. Skullgirls has something similar too, which is awesome. I think it's cool that Skullgirls has that. I prefer to play all the characters. I like the idea of that. So Moss, you got a top 5?
Go ahead and get mine on.
Right.
So it's gonna be very Capcom heavy because that's what I grew up playing basically.
Capcom's the best dev of all time.
A couple years ago, a couple decades ago maybe. But Marvel 2 is. So I'm gonna put Marvel 2, obviously. It's just a fun game. The sprites.
I'm sorry, Marvel 3?
Marvel 2.
Oh, Marvel 2. Okay. Sorry, I completely blanked out. my bad.
It's all good. Marvel 2 is a fun game, classic. It's fun to watch. It's fun to play. It's hard to freaking master.
Mm-hmm.
This
is diverse.
I still can't do infinites. It's not really diverse.
What do you mean, dude?
Top tier is not super diverse.
I'm gonna be completely transparent.
Every team.
I'll be transparent about this. Now, when I play fighting games now, I know that I'm not at the highest level anymore. So I really just play what I want. That's to me, there's a lot of characters in that game. And if I'm only playing my friends, to me, the cast is diverse.
Oh, yeah, the cast, yeah, in that sense, yeah. Like, if you're watching it, it's not the most diverse.
But when you're, as a spectator, I agree with you, though. Like, I really do only be seeing MSP. And
you're going to see Sentinel and Storm in, every team.
Yeah, that's facts. That's true. But it's just
watching it now,
right?
With Justin Wong playing low tier characters and guys trying to get low tier characters more or just seeing more, dude. it's so fun to watch.
Yeah,
And like I don't play high tier characters. I like my team is Guile, Cammy, and Psylocke.
I know Cammy's kind of. I know Cammy.
Cammy's fun as hell.
Cammy kind of ridiculous. I
Cammy's
heard
hella
the stories.
fun. So like I really enjoy playing that game. It's another one of those games where we just play for hours on end. Before quarantine hit, like we were getting together to play, maybe like once a month or so, and we would just play for hours.
Oh, hit me up. Where the invite?
Just having fun.
What the heck? Yo, I'm in there. I'm just playing. I don't even know how to play the game.
Hey man,
It's the best time to learn.
right?
Quarantine, dude.
Never a bad time to learn.
Never is.
Let's see, CVS2. Again, another one of those games are just fun. I like the characters for the most part. We're still learning SNK characters because we don't know how to play them at all.
Yeah, that's.
But yeah, all the different grooves and the different mechanics are really cool. For some reason, JDing it's freaking hard, even though it's like block parrying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the God's broken in that game too.
Feels good, man.
But so is Cammy and so is Python. So it's like the buttons just feel good. The music's it has one of the best songs in all fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Is it True Love Making?
Yep.
Here we go. It is a good song. It's a good song.
So yeah, and again, good pacing. You can get in and out of the games really quick. Melee, yeah,
Smash
like all these games.
Smash is a fighting game? I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. It is. I don't. Anyone, I'll debate it with anybody. I think it's a fighting game. I don't care what anyone says. I was joking.
They're called fighters. That's all I need to know. It's a fighting game.
Right? That's facts. Moss, that's so true, dude. I agree.
But yeah, Melee. Again, same reasoning. It's fun as heck. Like, even the single player is still fun to me. It's 20 years old, I think, at this point, and I'll still go back and play that over most of like the current gen games.
Timeless.
Marvel 3, another game that we kind of spoke on at length already. That's why I like it. It's got Wesker in it, finally.
Austin has some things to say about your Wesker.
Why?
Good things. Not bad things. Moss's Wesker, yeah, he had the setups. I said, all right. I believe you.
It's probably one of the better casts, I think, for at least especially after Marvel Infinite. I like the cast of Marvel 3 a lot. There's characters that should have been in Marvel Infinite that were in Marvel 3 that didn't make it. Story for another day again. And then I'm gonna throw Bloody Roar Primal Fury as one of the my last games.
I heard about that.
So we talked about this a little bit on when we talked about our gaming regrets. I traded in all my games, and that was the only game I got for it. That game was hella fun too. Like, we played that a lot growing up. It's got a good roster of characters, and I like the lore of it, where it's like the people can transform into different animals and all that.
Which Blade Roar is this?
It's one on the GameCube.
Is it? Do you know the
Primal Fury
number? Oh, okay.
We used to play that a lot, and one of my neighbors used to piss me off in that game.
That's how you know
the cheapest character.
That's how you know he was based.
Always played the cheapest characters and everything. But yeah, like, that's another one of those games that we just would play all the time. And I don't know what I did with it, but I wish I would have kept it, because it'd still be fun to play right now. And they need to bring Bloody Roar back.
You guys, we gotta when COVID hits. I'm not just saying this either, but we gotta. When it ends, I believe it. I believe in this. Well, I have faith. Not really, but it will end. It will end. So, man, I really do want to. We got to get together, man. We got to play some of these games. There's some of these games we can only really play in real life, but I'm down, dude. Now that I'm working day shift too, I'm in there. We're playing, dude.
Dude, CVS 2, Marvel 2, Melee, whatever. Let me know.
We're in there.
Marvel 3, I'm down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to play some CVS too.
Street Fighter.
Yep. I'm down, dude. Let's get it.
Oh,
Austin's house?
Street Fighter 4 is up there too, but
yeah,
we'd probably swap that out. I mean, that's kind of like
we played that a lot.
It's a given at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you're right.
Nosh?
Right. So, I mean, my list is a little different than you guys.
Okay, I'm excited.
I'll go with my honorable mentions first. Tekken 7 and Skullgirls.
Okay.
Just because they're games I like to watch as opposed to play. I love them, but I'd rather just watch because I suck at them.
I've never watched Skullgirls.
Oh, well, it's pretty good.
I like Skullgirls. It's fun to watch. There are a lot of characters that are pretty different. I actually labbed it one day for fun in training mode. I was like, damn, everyone's different.
Yeah, each character is unique. It's just there's not enough of them. But that's kind of on Lab Zero. They could have.
All right, who's the top tier? I need to watch.
Top tier. Look up Sonic Fox. That's one of his games.
The Kill Sage is really good. The Kill Sage is tight.
Dude, that's why I started following him. Skullgirls.
Yeah. If I have someone playing Skullgirls, I will learn the game. I have no reason to learn it. I have it. I have no reason to learn it though.
Yeah, I think top tier is not Phila, but Valentine.
All right, I'll just watch Sonic Fox play.
Yeah.
I'll play the grappler. I'll probably play the grappler in that game.
Oh gosh.
I'm in there.
No more grapplers, please.
So anyway, Tekken and Skullgirls.
Yeah. Okay. But, number 5 would be Unist, just because it's like the perfect mix of Street Fighter 4 kind of footsies and BlazBlue Japanese fighting game kind of craziness. That's what I like about it.
Uh-huh.
And then, no surprise, number 4 is BlazBlue. That was,
oh
man, so many hours spent playing, days almost, spent playing with my friend.
Okay.
That was our game.
Hey, who'd you play?
Tager.
Yes.
The grappler.
I didn't play much BlazBlue, but Iron Tager was dope.
That dude was a giant. He just grabbed people, just toss them in the air, kill them.
That was Sam's character.
It was Tager and some of the newer guys, but I can't remember their names right now. But yeah, Chris, if you're listening, man, that was the game. And then number 3, KOF 13, just because I think out of any fighting game, that has to have the best sprites I've ever seen.
They are aesthetic.
Yeah. Can't compare.
The inputs are kind of wild though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I seen some ones where I gotta go down, back to up, forward, and back.
Yeah, we don't talk about SNK inputs.
Oh, I'm good, bro. I'm
we
out
don't
of
play
there.
SNK characters in CVS 2.
I'm not in there.
Perfect too.
Oh my goodness, it's so hard, man. My execution's already sus. Can't be playing that. I can't be playing complicated characters.
Yeah. But then number 2, I'd probably say Smash Bros. And it's tied between
insert fighting game here.
And Ultimate.
That's not a real game.
We're talking about fighting games, bro.
Cease and desist, bro. Cease and desist.
Yeah, but those two, just because they had huge rosters, everybody felt viable. I mean, Ultimate, still everybody's pretty viable.
I agree. I agree.
And it's just, fun. I like Smash. I like Smash more than traditional fighting games.
I don't blame you at all. I really don't. Smash is timeless.
And then, number 1, no surprise, Street Fighter 4. It's the best fighting game.
That's Adon and Tracy.
The best Adon and Tracy.
East of 11th Street, I'm sure there's another better Adon somewhere in Tracy.
Yeah, I'm also the best DK near Rayleigh's. In the vicinity of that area.
If you're by Safeway, I'm the best Adon. No contest.
Anywhere outside of it, hey, it might be a contest. Might be competitive.
Yeah, Street Fighter 4, just because I think the neutral game, that's the biggest draw to me. The neutral game, and just you can get hit and somebody can combo you, but then you can still get back up and maybe win the game. Doesn't feel like you're ever completely out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Street Fighter 4, dude. All-time great. I can't wait till 10 years from now we're still talking about Street Fighter 4.
Dude, Street Fighter 4 is one of the most important fighting games.
It really is. We talk about a lot on a podcast, but Street Fighter 4 is actually the reason why a lot of these fighting games are still, or why the scene has grown.
It's why fighting games are as popular as they are right now.
Relevant, yeah, because it revitalized the scene.
Yep, without Street Fighter 4, I don't know where any of this would be.
Yep, shout out to that game. So is that it now? Is you gonna take us out?
Yeah, that's it. This has been a great start to the second season. I'm glad we got to discuss the upcoming next gen consoles, the Xbox Series
XS. You know how it goes.
I don't know.
Yeah, series. Who knows?
Series, that's it.
The Xbox 5 and the PS5.
To make it easier,
Yeah.
It's actually Xbox 4. No.
Oh. Okay, we didn't go.
Xbox 4, PS5. It was,
Yeah,
I can't wait to see what they actually announce.
Hey, they all have their own quirks,
Yeah. Xbox all for one.
I'm dead.
It was really, it was fun seeing everybody's insight on what makes a fighting game fun, and we can all agree Street Fighter 4 probably greatest fighting game of all time, and we each had our own favorites.
Important.
Yeah,
no,
important.
Greatest. No.
Oh, okay. Well, we can't all agree. Most important, maybe not the greatest.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let us know.
Still a good game.
What you guys' top 5 are, and in the likes and the comments, social media, everywhere. I have all that info for you in
Twitter.
The description. Twitter. Yeah, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know.
Best social media outlet.
Yeah.
Debatable.
Yeah. So with that, we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
It's good to be back, guys.